Hello, my name is Steve Carlson. I'm excited to talk to you today about the personal finance lesson in your JA book. I've been involved with junior achievement for a number of years. I've been a volunteer. Really prefer to be in the classroom with you, but we do what we can right now, and hopefully some of the experiences that the veterans have had, especially related to personal finance and credit issues in session 4 today, will be of some benefit for you. Prior to retiring about a year and a half ago, I was the global director for GE Aviation in Grand Rapids, handling all of the sales that GE had with their customer Lockheed Martin. So as I mentioned, I've been a JA advisor for a number of years, and one of the things that I want to talk to you specifically about today in personal finance and credit in particular is, as best you can, to know the outcome before you're making choices. So we're going to try to avoid mistakes, especially as it comes to credit issues, and wherever possible, to know the outcome of a decision before you make it. So the first experience that I had with credit was really after I graduated from college, and I had credit card debt, and how long it took for me to pay that credit card debt off. Now, I didn't have any student loan debt, and we'll talk about that towards the end of this session. But credit card debt, at the time, the interest rates on those credit cards was upwards of 25 to 30%, and it really hasn't changed. It hasn't gotten much better since then. Now, when I got married, my wife and I both had a little bit of credit card debt, and we both decided at that time that that was not how we would choose to spend our money, that we want to make sure that whatever we charge, we were able to pay off at the end of each month. So one of the examples that I'll use today is I'd seen all of the Black Friday commercials and everything for the big screen TVs and the 4K HD smart TVs. And I thought I'd use this as an example for you of what credit can do for you using credit cards to purchase things. So hopefully this will come through on the screen in your room. If you've got a big screen TV that's on sale for $1,000 and you said, I need that, so I'm going to put that on my credit card, and you can afford to make the minimum monthly payments on that credit card for 4 years, that $1,000 TV is now going to cost you almost $1,400. So it's not as much on sale as you thought. And even worse, if you used a cash advance to purchase that TV, you're going to be spending over $2,176 to buy that $1,000 TV. So you could see that while credit may be easy available and something that you can have access to, it's not necessarily the best choice when it comes to making purchases if you are not able to pay off that credit card debt every month. So keep that in mind before you make the decisions. Again, trying to know what that outcome is before you make that decision will help you when it comes time to managing your credit. Now, I mentioned student loan debt. That's one other that's closer to home. So the average student loan, or the average cost of a 4-year college tuition, was $17,500. Now, assuming you had no scholarships or other financing, and you were just going to borrow the $70,000 to attend a 4-year university, here's what that would look like. So you would borrow the $70,000, and that's over 4 years of school. And if you look at the payoffs, so these are the dollars that you're borrowing over here in this column, and these are the number of years it would take to pay it off. So if you look here, you see if you paid it off in 10 years, you would pay $23,400 in interest. If you took 15 years, you'd pay $36,500 in interest. And if it took you 27 years over here, $71,800 in interest. Now, you're paying as much in interest as you are for the whole loan. So you would look at that and say, well, the easy answer is I'll just pay it off here the quickest, because then I'll pay the least amount of interest. Well, the problem with that is that payment is $780 a month. And that's the challenge then for somebody, a brand new graduate, to afford $780 a month student loan debt payment. So these are the things where it comes to thinking about what the outcome is before you make that choice. There are some people will say there's good debt or good credit and bad credit, good debt, bad debt. A lot of people think that a house mortgage is good debt because you can deduct that interest off your income tax. There are others who say you shouldn't be in debt at all. Credit card debt is obviously a very high interest rate debt. So the thing I'll tell you about student loan debt is it may be one that would qualify as a good debt depending on what income you can get based on that degree. So I have a friend of mine who got a doctor's degree, came out of school, med school, with $200,000 in debt, was able to pay it off in less than that 10 years you saw on that chart, and is now generating a significant six-figure income. So you could call that good debt, or it's a good investment. You made an investment in school that's going to drive significant income for the future. If you incurred that $70,000 worth of debt and find out you can only get a $25,000 job with that degree, then that's a whole different story as far as whether it's a good debt or a bad debt or a good investment. So those are the things I want you to think about when it comes to personal finance and credit. And the main thing is you are able to look ahead and know what the outcomes are before you make some decisions that will help you drive smarter decisions. Thank you very much.